Hello. Welcome to my very first YouTube Live. And I'm Michelle Wright. And I'm going to be here to do some card pulls for you, just looking at what will help you connect with your soul, connect with divine messages, and just guide you on the life you're living right now. So please feel free to drop in the chat any messages that you're looking for. Just let me know what area of your life you're curious about and how I can help you. This is my very first live, so I know there won't be a lot of people here today. So what I'm going to do is just pull some of these cards that I have and do just some readings for today. This is a Tao deck. And it just really talks about changes that we have in the world going on. It's just looks at it, and this beautiful artist took the messages of the Tao and said, how can I create an oracle that can give you some insight? So I've really enjoyed using this deck. So my question is, just for right now, at this particular time, October 16th, what's a message that we could have with the changes of the seasons, with what's ever happening astrologically, all of those? And I'm just going to pull a card. And this card is limitation. And it talks about creating limitations for ourselves and looking at our own self-discipline, self-respect, ritual, building up energy. And it's looking when I connect into my guides and my intuition. I know that this time of year can be challenging. And what I mean by that is we're definitely saying goodbye to summer. We're through the equinox. We're moving into a time and space where winter brings limitations. It brings a time getting ready for hibernation. And so, what does that mean for you in your life as you shift through these changes, as you slow down? And it might mean you're not outside as much. And as we prepare for hibernation, we actually change physically. We change physically as we interact with the world. For many of you, if you're like me, it's a little bit chillier outside, and it's easy to go outside and have a walk when it's beautiful, fresh, and warm. And it's a little bit more challenging when the air is cold and you have to put on toques and mitts. But what are the things that you want to keep in any of the shifts that we're having on? Limitations can be things that help guide us. They're almost like they're showing me if you go bowling, the gutter rails where you put up the gutter rails. And so they keep you in check. They keep you guided along where you want to go. And they help you based on your highest potential and your highest good. And they continue to move you towards that. And I know for myself, I get that the gutter rails are up because if I'm trying to move towards something in my life, there are limitations. Either it's not going to work. So often, if I'm like pushing, I have an idea, I think this is a great idea, and I go ahead, and I go ahead. And each time it meets with challenges or it's not working. For me, that limitation gets me to stop and think, especially if it's happened 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, is this really what I want? So I stop, I check with myself. Do I really want this? Is this for my highest good? Is it going to help me? Or maybe I needed to ask a question. I know I was working with a client and I was creating a meditation for them. They're in my Reclaiming You divorce support group for women. And that's a one-on-one mentoring. And in there, I was creating a very specific meditation for her based on some of her needs. And 3 times it happened that the meditation did not either record or the recording was all garbled. I just had all of these technological issues, which was interesting. And so I stopped and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to wait and I'm going to connect with her and figure out Is it because what I'm creating actually isn't what she's looking for? And maybe I misheard her. And that was exactly what it was about. I misheard what she was talking about. I had my own, I had answered some questions in my own head instead of asking her more questions. And so I rectified that and I said, so you're seeing it in this way. I had made some assumptions, as we all do, normal. And I then was able to create a more specific meditation that was for her. And it worked out really well. So that's where limitations help us and they guide us and they bring us to a place where we need to be in our trajectory, what we've set out. Another piece that's kind of set in here is where we've set out. That's an assumption. Um, and what that means is we have a goal for where we want to go. And that for me is the difference a little bit of when you put in these limitations, when we put in these guardrails. I don't want just anything to happen in my life. I have very specific goals and dreams that I'm trying to create. And we manifest them by bringing them into being, by talking about them, by writing about them, by dreaming about them, by